Welcome to my channel, to everyone who's new here, and of course to those of you who are back again. Great to have you here. In this video we will take a look together at possible scenarios for the price development of several altcoins. Things remain exciting, so make sure to watch until the end. Today I'm also going to do a small special. That's why I want to start with Render, because Render is the only coin at the moment which looks like that it is in a huge bullish cycle to me, and I will show you that based on the elite wave theory, on fair value gaps, support and resistance, and also chart patterns. So what I think is also very good to know is the crypto exchange mexc, which has a similar trading volume to Bitget, Bybit and OKX. The taker fees are far more less than on the other exchanges, and on top of that, if you use my referral code in the video description, then you save another 20% on your trading fees. I know mexc isn't available in the USA. Yeah, I found it out. So basically, I would say unlucky for the Americans, but we will take care of it soon. I will look for good exchanges in the US as well. Also 100 pairs, 0 fees, just on mexc, and here you can find a list of popular altcoins which you can trade without any fees. So I have also have here a list of, for example, here how the retracements are for the elite wave analysis. So we will get to every point step by step. Wave 1, we can't track it. Yeah, we have to wait for wave 2 to be able to see if it was a wave 1. Yeah, I have to say that. If we go to how far can the wave 2 retrace, 61.8% retracement is usual. So we take the Fibonacci retracement, put it right here, and you can see 0.18 Fibonacci got perfectly hit for render. Yeah, so it's a valid 1-2 setup. If we then look where can the wave 3 extend, wave 3 will often be 1.618 times of the length 1. 2.618 is also common. What does that mean? We have to take the Fibonacci extensions. We put it here to the top of the wave 1 and to the low of wave 2. I will make it longer so we can see it. Like this. So this right here is the 1.618 to 618 Fibonacci level. So in that area it's common that wave 3 is getting to extend. And what I've also put here is the 200% extension. We perfectly hit it. So I can take it out. It's a valid wave 3 for render. What then? Let's go to wave 4. Wave 4 typically retrace less than 38% of wave 3. We take again the Fibonacci retracements. We go through all the length of wave 3, and as you can see, 0.382 Fibonacci, which is the 38.2 retracement, right here. We hit it here perfectly. So also a valid wave 4. If we go then to wave 5, wave 5 can be expected 1.618 of wave 1 and 3. Let's take again the Fibonacci extensions from wave 1 to wave 3 and then to wave 4. I will make it longer. And the usual target is the 0.18%. Right here. We can even extend a little bit more into that area. So basically here is maybe our top for render. It's looking like it, yeah. We can still get up a bit more for render. Still possible. I don't have any chart patterns at the moment which are telling me, okay, we can extend far more. But this area should be our top. And it might be even possible that we push up again and from here sell off. So what happens then? This whole setup here, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 waves in a new bullish cycle. So this is our wave 1, our big wave 1. What happens after wave 1? Wave 2. And wave 2 is a correction wave. The same what we had here. This is a 1-2 setup here. The same we are going to do on the bigger time frame. Let's get back to the Fibonacci retracements. Let's assume this was our high. Then you can see the 0.618 to 0.786 Fibonacci level. This is this here. Is our golden retracement level between $3.32 to $2.96. This is the common target of a wave 2, but also keep in mind wave 2 can also go up to 99% retracement. You can see it here. Wave 2 is allowed to retrace as much as 99% of wave 1. It is possible. But let's take the common targets. What happens after wave 2? Yes, wave 3. And wave 3 is the most impulsive one. You can see it, for example, here, that wave 3 was here the fastest push to the upside. After that, we went sideways. And wave 5 is a bit slower than wave 3. Yeah, so wave 3 is the most impulsive one in common. What we do then is Fibonacci retracement extension from wave 1 to the top of that. And then we can see, okay, if the wave 2 goes down to $3.32, then our golden area would be the area between $6.83 to $9. It looks like a huge push, but can you remember when we have looked for wave 3 on the smaller time frame? Just look into that area here. I will do the same here. We come from the low from wave 1, go to the top of wave 1, go to wave 2, and here you can see we went even to the 200% extension level with that wave 3. And the same here. We go from the low from wave 1. We say this whole thing is the top of wave 1. We go then to wave 2. And wave 3 is going somewhere in that area. $6.83, $9. And if we take that from that $3.32, if we get our entry here, it's 100% up to 175%. Wave 2 can even get a bit lower. Not a big deal. $2.96. But then you see that the percentile profits are even higher than if we retrace far earlier. Let's do it the same game again. We start from $2.96 to the 1.618 Fibonacci. It's 120%. Remember, before it was 106%, now it's 120%. Before it was 175%, and now it's 200%. So basically, this is going to get very interesting. And so far, none of the other altcoins are having the same setup like Render. I have seen maybe Render, Tau, and Bitcoin has it at the moment. I have to look for more coins who have that. But this is going to get very interesting. I think Render is very bullish. I have said that already a week ago, that Render is currently the most bullish one in our whole list on your right side. And now I got the verification for it. So, what about the fair value gap? I have put here a circle. This was a long time ago. 10th April, 10 days ago, 11 days ago maybe. I have put that circle here because we have a fair value gap. If our wave 2 retraces into the area between $3.32 to $2.96, then you can see my circle which I have put here. I have already, we have here a fair value gap, which we then would also close. Also, we have a huge support at $2.96, which I have also on the chart a bit longer. So everything fits to me at the moment. Okay, we have the rising wedge. It broke to the upside. If we break it to the downside, or if we find another bearish pattern, then I would look for another chart pattern target, which should target this retracement area. So that was a lot about how render can develop. We have said here, render is short once we break the rising wedge to the downside. We didn't break it to the downside, so render wasn't short. Instead, we broke the rising wedge to the upside, retested it. I have also said once we were here that if we break the $2.20 again to the downside, which would get us back into the rising wedge, then it would be also short for me. But in the end of the day, we got another last push. I will still stick to my analysis. So if we break the $4.20 to the downside, then I think this here was our high, and we can sell off into our retracement area. That's my game plan for render at the moment. And if we break the other trend line, right here, the $3.88, then I would increase my position size for render again. Okay, it was a lot about the elite way theory. I hope you understood it. It's a bit more tricky if it's the first time you hear about it. But yeah, I was very, very happy to see it today and to try it. And as you can see, I have just Googled it to show you. You can also do it yourself if you like with other coins. In the internet, you find a lot of retracement levels and so on and so on. I've also showed you in one way, how did I do it? Where do I put my Fibonacci levels? Then you can also try to do it or try to learn it with other coins as well. It's possible. So a bit different is XRP. As you can see, render is somewhere here on the chart. XRP is here. XRP didn't do a higher high than Bitcoin and render. Like all the other coins, Ethereum is similar to XRP. I think Dogecoin, Solana, every coin is similar. No, maybe not Solana, but the other coins are similar to each other. So they are still bearish to me. The rising wedge, which I have drew here, broke to the downside and we didn't invalidate it. We would invalidate it once we get over $2.18. Then I would take out the target of that rising wedge. So far we didn't get over it. I can make this trend, this resistance a bit longer. So what I would look for is, basically I can take out some chart patterns. Why? Because we have set here rising wedge, which broke to the downside, a double top pattern, which broke to the downside, and we hit the target, so I can take the targets here out and make the trend line wide. So those chart patterns are inactive right now. We got to our target. We still have that falling wedge, which broke to the upside. And I doubt that we get to $2.22 somehow. I would still say we can even get up to $2.18. And after that, I think we are going to sell off and maybe even get a new low for XRP, which is lower than this one. It's still possible. XRP didn't give me the sign yet of a break of structure. So, if the $2.03.5 break to the downside, then I would be bearish for XRP into the area $1.98. So it's the same analysis like yesterday. If we also break the $1.98 to the downside, then we should drop far more for XRP. So what about Dogecoin? As you can see, Dogecoin didn't do a higher high over 17 cents. So it's similar to XRP. We are still in a bearish trend. Also, this rising wedge broke to the downside. The target is the 14.7 cents. I don't know if we can say, okay, target got hit here already, or if we can keep that. I would still keep that. But here was the bear flag, which broke to the downside, down to 15.4 cents. I have said if the 15.4 cents breaks sustainable to the downside, then we can meet the area 14.9 cents. We can zoom in, and then you see, okay, we got here the first breakout, but the retest failed. Then we got up again. We got another breakout, which was a follow through than this one. So it was basically a sustainable breakout for me. So this was, let's say, a loser trade, which we have taken here, which then broke to the downside. Here should be our next entry, so our average price should be here, and stop loss break even out of the trade. So it doesn't mean that Dogecoin is super bullish at the moment, even though we got the push to the upside and even though we broke the 16.1 cents to the upside. Yeah, it's not sustainable yet, but we have the retest and it looks like that it's not going to fail, because whenever we break the 16.1 cents to the downside again, here was the breakout. We fell lower than that, but our candle didn't close lower than 16.1 cents. Yeah, it might be possible that this candle right here closes lower than 16.1 cents, then it wouldn't be positive. But if we get a nice follow through, then we can expect one last push for Dogecoin in my view. And I'm still looking for new short entries. That's why I'm going to take this trend line here. I will make this one red, because we have many touch points with this. So if we then break the 15.8 cents to the downside, then I would say Dogecoin is short, maybe even for a new low where I have put here the circle. I can put the circle here. That's my game plan for Dogecoin at the moment. So, Solana. Yeah, Solana also bullish to me. It doesn't mean that Solana is long, but it's bullish. And also, even if we're in the bullish trend, I can short it. And it looks like that the rising wedge, which I have put here, is going to break to the downside. And if we do, the common target of that rising wedge would be the $113.33, a bit lower, $1 lower than that. We have also a good support at $112, $113 US dollar. So what I think for Solana at the moment, might be possible that we sell off to $123.5. We get here a bounce, and after that sell off to $112. If we say, okay, this was our top for Solana, then we can try to do the Fibonacci retracements. I'm curious what it's going to tell us. It's going to tell us the 0.618 retracement, which is exactly the target of that rising wedge. This is our golden Fibonacci level for the wave 2. Yeah, we can say, okay, this is wave 1. We get down in the pullback, this is wave 2 then. Let's look how far can wave 2 go. 61.8% retracement. That's a 0.618 retracement. Wave 2 can still get lower than that. Yeah, the golden retracement level is where I put the circle between the 0.618 Fibonacci to 0.786 Fibonacci. So, what you can see here is the retracements are fitting to our support areas, to our chart pattern. Yeah, we don't have huge fair value gaps here, but yeah, it's okay if we don't have fair value gaps there. Fair value gaps also indicates where the price is going to go in the future. But still, it looks valid to me. Solana is short. And if we take the target here, $112, then it would be 18.5%. 18.5% looks a lot, but isn't. You can, for example, look from here where we sold off. It was already 35%, and if we even go from far higher, look from where we came, 18% correction is nothing in cryptos, especially not for Solana. So Cardano also doesn't look bullish to me. I still expect a new low for Cardano. So here was a small missed trade. We broke to the downside. We retested it. This was a double top pattern. A valid one even. We got the retest. We even got the follow through. But the market didn't sold into our area. Yeah, we held support. Here in that area, I can put something like this. So we hold support in that support area. We didn't break it to the downside. I personally expected that we sell off down to 16 cents, 60 cents. So this trade should have been closed with break even. Not a profitable trade. It's more like a loser trade. Instead, we had the falling wedge from the past. It broke to the upside. We didn't invalidate the target yet. And here we go. We went into that target. Can put here a trend line so you can see it. Right here. We hit the target, so I can take this target out and can make this trend lines white. So how would I trade Cardano? Since the coins are looking that they are going to get a major pullback soon or even new lows, I'm going to get my short trend line a bit longer, where we also got, where's this here? We got support here. Okay, we fell through it, but bought up very fast. We got here again support. Here support. We broke to the downside and got here retest. So this short trend line looks to me very good and valid. If we break it to the downside at currently 63 cents, then I would be short for Cardano again for the bigger move to the downside. Cardano still has the chance. As you can see, I have here an old resistance area where we didn't get over it yet. If we break the 64.8 cents to the upside, then we can even get into my small circle here, round about 66.5 cents. And here you can see we have good support, good resistance over us. And also, maybe I have to go into the 4-hour chart. Yeah, 4-hour chart. So this green trend line has many touch points. And if we break that also to the upside, then it would be bullish. I doubt that we are going to break that to the upside yet. I still think we are going to get a major pullback. It can even reach my circle area here, between 44 cents to round about 49 cents, where we also would fill the fair value gaps. And after that, we can break the 66.5 cents to the upside. That's what I think for Cardano. So we talked about render, so let's get to ONDO. ONDO same, here falling wedge, broke to the upside. The 89 cents were also resistance. We perfectly hit it. Perfect. So I can take this target out. I can make this chart pattern white. So for ONDO we have said this was a profitable trade. We have said here short into 82.2 cents. Here take profit, 50% out of the trade. Then we expected a bounce. And after that, this move should have happened into my circle area. Down to 76 cents where I've put another take profit. Didn't happen. So basically stop loss was at break even and I got stopped out. What can I expect for ONDO? We had here a rectangle. It broke to the upside. Instead, it didn't broke to the downside. It broke to the upside. We hit the target, so I can take this one out as well. It might be possible that we get a step higher. I will put this area here. If we break the 89 cents to the upside, then we can get into the purple box, where I then think we should get a major pullback, and that pullback can even reach for lower prices for ONDO. It can even go down to 62.5 cents as long as we don't get any bullish signs for ONDO. I don't see any possibility to short it because this trend line here is far too sharp. As you can see, if I make it longer, yeah, it can even work. It can even work. I can try to do a small short trade once it breaks to the downside, which is currently the 87.5 cents, but I think 82.2 cents is going to get very essential to break to the downside to be bearish. Yeah, but since I'm going to take a trade at 87 cents, then if the 85 cents breaks also to the downside, then I would increase my position size for ONDO as well. So what about SUI? SUI is also, like the other coins, we didn't get a major push to the upside, so it's still looking bearish to me. We broke the bear flag to the downside. We didn't break the $2 and 9.5 cents to the downside. If we have broke that to the downside, then we had here a rectangle. And the target of that rectangle would have been the $2.02, even down to $1.99. We broke it to the upside instead, so we can take the target here, take it out as well, because that chart pattern is inactive at the moment. So $2.27 is a major issue for SUI to get over it. It was also green because I was thinking, okay, if we break that to the upside, we would get a nice reversal. I doubt it. I think we can even overshoot it. But since we didn't take those tops to the upside yet, it's not looking good to me. Also, we had built up a huge fair value gap, so SUI is currently, yeah, I wouldn't say short because I don't see any trend line breaking to the downside. Maybe I have seen one. Maybe like this. Yeah, this looks good. This looks good to me. I have to take out the price tag here. Wow, it's so nice that I just found it within a few seconds. Very good. So, here we can see one touch point, second touch point, third touch point. Then we broke up and used it as retest. So, looks good to me. Currently $2.19. If it breaks to the downside, then I would enter a short trade, but also we are not going to break it within the next hour. So I can move the price tag a bit more higher. If the red trend line breaks to the downside, then it's short to me. And also $1.99 is still going to be my overall target for SUI. If we also break it to the downside, then we have to think about maybe $1.60 for SUI. So what about HBAR? Profitable trade. Rising wedge, broke to the downside, target was the 16.1 cents. Double top pattern, broke to the downside, target was the 16 cents. We hit it. So I can take this one out. Can make the trend lines white because those trend lines are inactive at the moment. So, what about HBAR? I think I have to go into the 4-hour chart to see something. Yeah, we have here a downtrend and we didn't break it to the upside yet. Yeah, this is this trend line. I will make it just in case blue, so we can go into the smaller time frame and look what we have done once we get into that trend line. So the blue trend line was the downtrend trend line where we got rejected. So even if we break that to the upside, we can reach for prices up to 18 cents. If we break the 18 cents to the upside, then I would say, okay, HBAR is similar to Render, Solana and Bitcoin, where we then get, if we break it to the upside, we get a major pullback, but this pullback can be used for a huge push to the upside. At the moment, if we don't break the 18 cents to the upside, then I think, okay, we maybe get rejected here. but the chances are very high that we get a new low for HBAR and then push to the upside. So that's my game plan for HBAR at the moment. I'm not going to long the way up anymore, because I think we don't have much potential. Even if we break the trend line here to the upside, it's 4%, but the chance to get rejected at any time is huge, and then we can get a major loss trade. So I don't see any trend line which I can trade or any chart pattern beside the supports, so we have to look for supports and resistance. So if the 16.8 cents breaks to the downside, then it would be short to me. We can even get a bit higher for HBAR still, not a big deal. And then we can try to open a swing short position where we have many orders here and we go blindly into a short trade, but also keep in mind that's very risky. So I'm going to do both. If the 16.85 cents breaks to the downside, I'm entering a short trade. If we break to the upside, then I have some orders over us where I would enter a short trade for HBAR. So today it was a bit longer. I also have put a lot of time into the elite wave analysis for render. I hope that I gave you some valuable information. Today was a bit more complicated, but I hope that I gave you some insights. We have to look for what the cryptos are going to do. If render, Solana, Bitcoin is having a pullback now, and we're getting this pullback, then I'm going to tell you next week probably what I'm going to long, with how much, not money exactly, but in which relation, in which ratio to the other coins. Because I'm going to long the coins which have a bullish cycle at the moment. Like I have said, small recap. Let's get to render real quick. So render did a major push to the upside with new highs. The other coins didn't do it. So if this was wave 1, then wave 2 is going to be a pullback, but wave 3 is the most impulsive one. And this most impulsive wave, I want to trade on the long side once we get into our retracement areas. And I'm currently looking for coins which have a similar setup to render. And the only coins which I have at the moment are Bitcoin, render, and Solana. Maybe HBAR is going to develop that as well, but I doubt it. So we can look, for example, into Tau USDT. And that's the setup what I'm looking for. It looks to me, as I have to still analyze it, but it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we then get a major pullback, then I'm going to use that pullback, because then I think Tau can overshoot a huge amount of percentages. So that's my game plan for the cryptos. If I find other coins which are looking very bullish, I'm also going to communicate it with you once we get into our retracement areas. So see you tomorrow, and I hope I gave you some valuable information.